Hello.
Yeah. Blah, blah, blah. Blah, 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 blah. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, move this. Adjust that. Hopefully that's in a good spot. Do I have a water? Yes, I do. Did I lock my door? Yes, I did. I can get lights. Actually, let me get this light on. Because I know I know I have windows open now and shit, but... Ah! There we go. Just a bright, blinding white light right in front of me. And then get on over into here. Yep, all seems to be good. Hello, everyone. And welcome. Happy Monday for some of yous. All right. It might be Sunday for other people. It might be Monday for some people. Who knows? Let's see. Who have we got? We got Rudy. We got Masonic. Ow. And we got Luna with us, just like bonking me on the head. Thanks you so much, Luna. And then we have Draco Rex. So you're the famous zebra. Who the fuck are you? Yes, I'm the famous zebra. I have not seen any other zebras on the Twitches. Actually, no, that's not true. I have been introduced to one other zebra. Like, it's been mentioned to me or some shit like that, but I'm gonna be real with you. That I haven't seen them for a while just because of, like, time zones and, you know, busy with work half the time. And, you know, when I do have time for Twitch, I'm streaming on it. But yeah, hi there, Draco. Welcome. So, this is your first time here. I'll give you a little rundown. Who am I? I'm the man of many talents. Blender, writing, drawing, pixel art, etc. Those are really good talents, I will be real with you. I have done, like, not that much in terms of Blender. So, I didn't do the exercise ball, the stool, the lamps, the TV behind me, the desk, the chair, the little cushion. But I've done that zebra plushie, that was me. The book, the heart, the star bit, the shelf itself I've done, but everything else is like sort of like a, you know, that was like sort of thrown together relatively poorly. Why is there an update thing for 2K? Who knows? All right. Thought you were asking who the heck am I? Thought. Heard you did your zebra model. I'm not responsible for my zebra model. I don't know who told you that. Hang on, did I do a model thingy? 3D? No. Hang on. Where is... Oh. Hey, someone used the first at the stream, which was Masonic. This is the second time they've done it so far. Hey there, Hawaiian Pizzas. Welcome to the stream. Good to have you. So yeah, kind of surprised that the, like that didn't go off and like much sooner. Because normally it gets done when I'm in the middle of like posting like in the Twitter and the Telegrams and all them. The fact that, I've started streaming and such like that. Because... I'm not yet at that big name kind of thing where I only really need to post in like 2 different places, which is my Discord and my Twitter. I'm not yet at that stage where that's enough to try and garner people's interests. A friend of mine did. Maybe I misheard him. I think you may have. Okay. I think it's in my descriptor, like down below or something or rather, but because I'm not the one responsible for the model itself. That belongs to one of the artists / moderators of this channel, Wulcond. He is like a fucking, like, he's a lot more adept and artistic with Blender than, what I'm at right now. Sure, I dabble with all the kinds of nonsense in there, but my sculpting and modeling and rigging is not yet at that level where I could like try and make this. It's absolutely, atrocious. So Wolk is the man you want. They've done like a lot more, work in towards, getting model what it is and such have you. They did sculpting, rigging, texturing, and you know they gave me the initial file, what have you. Hey, 42%, that's pretty good. So yeah, the stuff that I was he was interested in getting a model from the same guy. Who is this friend of yours? Weird that they're not sitting in here right now. But what's Mahoozy? Where is my words? Where are my brains? Yo shills. Oh, I think I've heard that name before. I've seen it around. Give me a minute. Where it? Like, I swear that's on, like, my Twitters or what have you. I'm just gonna, like, go front... Yoshils. Also, hi there, Yizin. He be asleep. It's 3 a.m. on the East Coast. Oh, that's right. Some people are in entirely different time zones, and it's really
Hello.
Hello, Yizin. Grant cute? I'm not cute. But yeah, so that is definitely ringing bells. Hold on a second. I just need to lower the volume of this thing. That is definitely ringing bells. I'm not responsible, like, for the model. That's Wukong. The stuff that I have done to it so far have, like, kind of been very minor stuff in comparison. So, for example, like, I did... So, for instance, I was able to, like, you know, do all these different kinds of textures for the shirt. So, I got, like, something that was done by... So, Booster Pang sells this shirt on their website. Fatwooth made this, and then, you know, whenever I play one of the video games of, like, these genres, then I'll start playing them, like the Kingdom Hearts one, or maybe Halo. I hope to expand this, like, shirt thingy-majiggy as more sorts of franchises are played. Actually, no, let me go back to default. There we go. And then, I made this prop. Not this one. Oh, I can't do the hype train. Not this. Yeah, I've made this prompt. Everything else is just sort of being, like, you know, warped and what have you. Again, just go back to default. There we go. And then close that out. So, yeah. All right, where was I in me train of thoughts? Ah, yes. So, needs to cool down before you use it. What the fuck? Hang on. What? What? Oh, my, Jesus, this thing is actually, like, blistering hot. Did it get this hot just because I'm leaving it on charge this whole time? Okay, hang on a second. So, I've had to stop, like... I've had to stop one kind of usage of the... BRB. I need to put this thing, like, elsewhere. Put you here. Put you out in, like, the air-conditioned kitchen and get started on using the previous device. I wonder if I can't have that plugged into a, I wonder if that's the problem. Alrighty. Alrighty. Because I used to have, like, a backup phone, but now it's just, you know, and boop. Already we're having issues. I guess the issue, so from the looks of it, I can't keep the iPhone X, like, plugged in indefinitely. It's gonna, like, heat up because of it trying to charge its battery, and it's just gonna be, you know, crazy sort of heat just because of it trying to charge, but then it's also discharging because it's trying to do some processes. So, yeah. I'll definitely need to, like, look into... hang on, is it not doing it? No, it's... Nope, cool. It is doing the face. Awesome. Okay, I might just need to do some adjustments to the iPhone X then to, you know, get it. Because right now I'm using, like, my personal phone rather than one that my grandfather... Long story short, I have an additional phone because my grandfather got an upgrade. He's the one that, like, gifted me this thing, and, you know, I didn't have the heart to tell him that I already had a phone already, so... But yes, now, yesterday, yesterday morning? Yes, yesterday morning, I'd gone through Birth by Sleep, and I've got that done now, and that has probably been my most fun Kingdom Hearts game so far, is Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep. Now, because I'm on, like, you know, PlayStation Plus thingy-majiggy, I have access to Kingdom Hearts 2.8 and Kingdom Hearts 3. But I'm gonna take, like, a mild break from that kind of nonsense. Like, take a mild break from the Final Fantasy Disney crossover to go for a little... If I can do this correctly. Ignore the Galaxy Zebra behind you. He's not going to be a problem. Come on. There we go. Also, I need to stop the music that's behind me. Because otherwise... There. Alrighty. And then I present this. And then I'm going to have Task Manager open. Just so then that way I have, like, a means of, it's big? Yeah, it's a galaxy. That way I have a means of, like, seeing just how much of my CPU... Because my PC right now is, like, it's really good for video games. Perhaps we can chat later. What was big? Oh, the thingy-majiggy. Wouldn't mind animating you something in Growy? Oh, I appreciate that. I'm not looking for that kind of nonsense right now. Like, it's just the start of 2023, and I'm, like... slowly trying to, you know, figure shit out, get my finances in order. Plus, I want to, like, also try and do my own, like, thingy-majiggy in Blender when I have the opportunity to, so... And what's more is, like, I don't do a lot of that kind of Blender stuff very often. I did, like, a... Hang on, I need to get the Bioshock game back up. Hit the continue. There we go. So, because I've done the whole... you know, Ludi almost and Growy sort of renders and such, but last year I did it like maybe twice in the last 12 months. So I'm more just sort of interested in, you know, trying to, you know, probably go back to basics and learn how to do the you're Mr. Safe for Work, my friend. Ah, okay. I don't know what. Sorry, I was thinking of someone else. Like, there's this one dude that does like a whole ton of animations and cool things like that, but the thing is that he all right, so I've got to rescue 2 more little sisters, and yep, yep, alrighty. There we go. Alright, I have forgotten things. Damn it, I don't have the code.
Looks like the good father's kept up with the code locks. Time was, only way to join with Doc Lamb was to beg an audience with him first. Must be some sign of that number lying around. See if you can find us a lead.
There we go.
Daniel, you and I drafted Rapture's blueprint together. Wales and Wales, architects. Do you remember? But Andrew Ryan led us astray, my brother. Turned us from the Almighty.
Oh, I gotta hack that
Dr.
to get what I
Lamb
want.
offers you salvation, Daniel. I ask only for proof that the barest flicker of faith remains in you. I left a gift for you at the Pink Pearl, in your offices. Find the code on it, brother. We shall pray together for your sorry soul.
Okay, so I now need to head to the Pink Pearl. My goodness, it's been a while. I kind of know where I am in this story. Like, I need to... Like, I'm trying to get, like, my adoptive daughter or something like that. You saw the shower pic? Oh my goodness, Masonic. Don't... Is it the why is everyone mean to me? Because it's funny, and then there's, like, you know, alternatives to that. That's, like, one of the few things I've... Like, that one I did last year back in February, I want to say. It's been nearly a year. Alright, so I gotta look out for... Alright. I need to keep an eye out for a Big Daddy and see if I can... Alright, so 5 is my camera.
got the maddening notion that I owe you my life, stranger. Such as it is. I'm sending you a care package to the pneumo along the way. I'd appreciate it if you didn't tell Dr. Lamb.
Yay, I can now do more damage with melee. Alright. Now, what are... Okay, electricity is F3. There we go.
Back the fuck off!
Ow. Okay, I need, like, better armor or something. I'm surprised your equipment can fit in the door without it breaking the glass. Oh, that's just, you know, me lying. Like, there's no way I can probably fit into that shower with the appendage I gave it and such like that. That I just, you know, made that. Like, it's all 3D rendering. It doesn't follow the laws of physics or anything like that. All right. Okay, so I want... Yes, I'm gonna try and hypnotize that guy then. Best way to... Yep, there we go.
Here's an article of our
There we go. Where's the... Oh, there's... The little sister is gone now. Alrighty, There we go. Pick up the health kit. Oh. Alright, hang on. Ah! It has been far too long since I played this game and know how to do it properly. Alright, so there's a speed gun. Alright, hang on. Ah! So many fucking turrets. Eden's Garden, I can't use that. I need health. How the fuck do I play this game? How do I forget how to play this game? Okay, and I also keep using like the numbers to try and like swap thingy-majiggies. 3. We do that real quick. There we go. Okay. Now I can like look at chat once more. Haven't touched it. I'll never. Siren Alley. Hi there, Radium. Welcome to the stream. Sorry I didn't say hello to you earlier. Who wanted the cookie? Angro wanted the cookie. Oh, he's getting a himbo rating. 39. I would. It's okay. It's cookie once again for Yizen. So yeah, it's an okay level for your for what you are as a himbo. How are you doing, Radium? Do you have pants yet? Do you have pants yet? Or are you just like walking around with your fucking butt out right now? Oh, so why is my thingy-majiggy not doing the slow zoom? There we go. Slow zoom time. What do you mean absolutely not there, Radium? You need pants. I explained to like several peeps like the last time I was streaming that you need pants. You can't trust anyone without pants. It is a terrible idea. People should be wearing pants in the study, in the bedroom, in the bathroom, in the showers. Everyone needs pants. Can you be fat and himbo at the same time? You can be big, you can be bulky, But I'm not too sure about fat, because most people, when they talk about himbos, they normally talk about himbos with, like, you know, some level of strength behind them.
$20 for
Alrighty, so...
Quote
Shotgun.
144. I don't even fit in my pants properly.
That is actually true. I don't really fit in my pants properly, and like the reason for it is because like so many different places have so many different like rules of measurement. I thought when pants said like 40, they meant like 40 inches or something like that. Because when I grab a measuring tape and it's like my middle
Quote
is like 44.
259. Just because they are potato people doesn't mean that they should sound high.
Where's my where was my brain at before Radium interrupted me with my potato? Oh yeah, so because you'll do measurements of like your waist or something like that, and I had like a 48-inch waist or something crazy like that, and yet somehow I fit into pants that are like that have like a 38 on them or something like that. It makes no fucking sense. And because I thought that was like when they give you like that big of a number, that's the what's-a-mahoozy, the that's like the inches measurement of the waist, but some people are saying it's like that's not it, because like they do because there's no like consistent measurement of how they do it, and I'm like, what? How isn't there? Okay, so quick save is F11.
So long as it don't leave us.
Saving content. There we go. And then
the price, huh? Come on, what the hell?
there we go. Ah, god fucking damn it.
The Pearl was among the ritziest lodgings in Rapture. But during the war, the residents put themselves up for sale. Daniel's office is on the top floor, I believe.
Outline the top plan per se, but shit, you don't gotta know it to believe it.
There we go. Gotta remember to record all my mayhem, so then that way, we keep, you know, gaining more assistance and fighting these things and doing more damage and what have you. Probably you're two stonks? I wouldn't think I'm two stonks. Like, IRL-wise, I wouldn't think I was two stonks. I feel like I would be like a relatively... I don't know. Just a little... Like, I'm a little bit overweight, quite honestly. And I kind of want to get rid of a lot of my middle. That's like my personal... There we go. Gather the spears. Grab everything. God, I have so many 50 caliber nonsense. Alright, gotta use those instead. I definitely need to upgrade this 50 cal, because it doesn't really do, like, a lot of good damage compared to, you know, some of the stuff I have. Dink dink, grab all these. Figure out how to get up higher.
The family's next. I gotta fight just to do nature down here.
There we go. Alright, what? Okay, so... Okay, so 3 is for, like, remote thingy-majiggy. Okay. I gotta remember 3. I gotta remember a lot of numbers. Alright, try and grab as much of that as possible. Do a little bit of drinking. Ooh, double standards. Let's have a listen to this thing.
Sure, I've had some Johns in my time, and they've all got their kinks. But I think Rupert beats all. Keeps wanting me to splice up in the act. Says it'll heighten it for both of us.
What?
I said, honey, I ain't doing it for the heights. I'm doing it for the scratch. Besides, Danny would have a fit if I started needling. He does it himself, of course. But what's good for the gander gets the goose thrown off the drop.
There we go. Increased movement now. Also, you just wanted to say hi and let you know you're still pantless before bed. Ah! Why do you do this to me? Why do you have to insult me? Why do you have to, like, fucking run into my face and just sort of be like, still no pants? like, the Zebra knows best, even with his himbo, like, energies, but I am still gonna, like, fuck around with him. It's like, god damn it. Alright, so... Plasma Bolt... Oop. Hang on, so Plasma Bolt 2. Alright, so that should be 1, 2, 3, and 4?
His ears back, kid.
Is there a way for me to, like, change the order of my plasmids? Because I'm pretty sure... Yeah, they're not in that order. Like... Oh god, that's gonna be... That's gonna be fun. Plus, I am nearly dead. There we go. I need to find some health. Alright, hack this real quick, so then that way I can get some extra shit. Nope, all of it is just, you know, motherfucking ammo and shit. I don't wear pants in the shower. You absolute degenerate. All of you. Chat's degenerate. How many of... Ow. Fuck you. Oh, it's been a while since I played BioShock. It's been a while. Also, hi, Jorvin Crafts. Man. Maybe this is going to be one of those many games that I'm just going to have to be like, right. You are just going to be, like, thrown into the pile of, it's not going to be finished. Also, what the... Okay, why is my spear... There we go. Alright, so you're dead once more. Yeah, I definitely need to see why I can't just... Oh, cool. Health thingy-madiggies. What do you mean you... No, you need pants in the snow. You definitely need pants in the snow. You can't go through the snow without pants. You're gonna, you know, freeze your thighs off. That's ridiculous. Oh my goodness. I'm beset by all sides. I have to deal with this video game, and then I have to deal with chat where ZebraCog 2.0 when? No! We're not getting ZebraCog 2.0. High on Life made a mistake giving that advertisement. There is never going to be a ZebraCog 2.0. There's nothing wrong with the first one. We don't need 2.0. Also, alright, so that reloads. Cool. And then... Okay, no point in picking up buckshot here. Alright, now I got 3 thingy-madiggies. Okay, maybe I need to go to the gene thingy-madiggy and see... Oh, nope, more health. That's good, that's good. Alright, I need to go up another set of stairs. Yep, cool, so that's... Oh, I just wasted anti-personal rounds for that one. Alright, so those are the different plasmids I have. And then... You move slightly faster. Okay, I need something else. Sports boost. Repair by interacting with them. Take a bullet for you. Put them back in tip-up shape with a bit of Eve. Increase research bonuses, allowing you to go faster. Alright, I'm going to put that one there. Drill, Eve, reduces all damage, which is good. You emit a burst of fire with melee. Adopting Little Sisters gives you more Adam. Okay, I think I'm fairly alright with what from the plasmids that I have available to me. Alright. Almost losing my way. You're Canadian, you're built different. I'm partly Canadian. I understand, like, the... You know, the insensitivity to the cold and to the heat sometimes. That's a little bit of like you know, the neurodivergent gene deciding to, like, you know, make me a little more not caring about slight changes of the temperature and shit like that. But like, I understand the Canadian aspect of you can just walk in the snow barefoot and not have an issue as you go from, like, you know, from the in-house to the outhouse, but... There we go. Alright, so that's now mine. I wish it was, like, a little bit easier doing stealth shit in here, but considering I'm, like, this massive fucking hunk of armor, like, I understand why, you know, this is not seen as, like, an easy, thing to do. Alrighty. Grab spear. Okay, so we can, like... Alright, is there a way to open the door? Yes, there is. There. Then I'm able to, like, go in and crack open that safe. And loot this woman for some stuff. Ooh! Kits! Thank you. Pick up the Eve. Alright, hack this. Oh, shit. There we go. It's like, once I crack the safe successfully, it's like, okay, let's just stop doing the thingamadiggies. Oh, someone's getting killed. Give me a moment. I need to find out how I get through this place. Why is it so hard going through this area? No, not this. Drill fuel, thank you very much. Sure, let's get more of the heavy rivets. And the armor piercing, I don't see those get picked up a lot. Mini turrets, sure, and the remote. I should be fine with, like, normal ammo stuff. It's special ammo that I need to watch out for. You once walked in the snow in your underwear. Jesus, Masonic. Just built different, I see. Alright. Okay, this cool.
A brother sends you now? A metal frickin' handyman?
Mm-hmm. Yes, they send me. Don't think too hard about it. Alrighty. Telekinesis? And that, so then that way I can just grab those and push them away.
You can stop now.
There we go. More of you splicers out of the way. I'll grab you later. All kinds of booze. Hey, spear ammo, thank you. Monies is always good. Alright. Them whales. Let's listen to this tape recording.
Fuck it. I'm proper drunk and feeling introspective. Now in the motherland, Simon and I designed cathedrals together. But I was the black old sheep back there. Never believing a word of the Jesus bollocks myself. Then, Andrew Ryan says he wants whales and whales for rapture. A cathedral with no God, befitting the ascent of man. Now I'm running girls, and Simon
getting drunk real fast, just so then that way I can... Oh.
Father Wales. Ah, can you believe I shared a womb with such a sap?
There we go. Boop. Uh-oh. Is this it crashing again? I think, yep. This game doesn't like getting run if the CPU, like, throttles to 100. Maybe I should play a different game. I'm clearly not having fun with BioShock 2 Remastered. Clearly not having fun with that one. That's no good. Yeah, it's no good. Like, from the way I see it is, like, because one of the fun little problems I have to deal with is, let me just open up the task manager to the tab I want. Up there, you'll see my CPU usage. I'm using a fairly good CPU, the, like, Ryzen 5600. That's a good CPU if you want to do, like, video games, or if you want to do like a little bit of 3D work and you have like, you know, your graphics unit doing a lot of stuff. What it's not good at, however, is trying to do like multiple things at once, like playing video games and streaming. That one, it has a little bit of a harder time. Like even just doing what I'm doing right now, that one, like that decides to, you know, use up like 80% plus half the time. So sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. The good news is that I remembered to save recently, so thankfully it shouldn't be like, you know, a really far distance to get back to where I was. A part of me feels like maybe I should lower the difficulty as well, because I think I put it on like, you know, standard or something like that, but clearly standard is maybe just a teensy bit too much for when I'm, you know, wanting to play video games, but also be like, you know, just a streaming, like fuck around and chat with people kind of thing. So, alrighty, here we go. Plus, the game is a little bit weird where like it's full screen and such like that, and then sometimes if I click, even like clicking within it, it's like, oh, gonna click you out. You have it the same in your rig, good for what you need it for, but Con is having a lower thread count. Yeah, like, I like that they've been able to do like the hyper-threading thing that Intel has been doing for like the last few iterations, so it's great to see that they're able to be like, oh, it's a 6-core, but, you know, you got 12 threads or something like that, which I think is like really nice, because before it used to be 6 cores, 6 threads, AMD, and it wasn't until you got up to like the crazy 12 cores that you were able to get, you know, hyper-threading kind of stuff. So it's great to see that they were able to bring that down to their, you know, their 5,000 range, where it's, you know, only 6 cores and shit. Alright, give me a moment. Gameplay options. Right now it's medium. Maybe I should just put it on to easy. Oh my gosh, you can disable Vita chambers if you want. Alrighty, here we go. I'm sorry. Why? There we go. Why was the spear, like, coming out every one of those times? That made no sense. Alright, let's start grabbing things and start making our way up. Alrighty. So, but that's one of the reasons why I have a throne, is so then that way I can put, like, wish list sort of stuff. Alright, let's take a photo of you. Or, never mind, he's just gonna, you know, fuck off and do his own thing. Mm-hmm.
An autograph. Stay close. I'm not dealing.
There we go. Oh, because that was an auto hack, not a remote hack. Okay, I've used too much.
A brother sends you now? A metal frickin' handyman?
Yes, he sends me. Alright, use you, and break you. There we go. Alright, back here now. Cool. Alright, let's try and open this safe without it cracking on me.
Now in the motherland,
There we
Simon
go.
and I designed cathedrals together. But I was the black old sheep back there, never believing a word of the Jesus bollocks myself. Then Andrew Ryan says he wants whales and whales for rapture. A cathedral with no God, befitting the ascent of man. Now I'm running girls, and Simon thinks he's saving souls. Father Wales. Ah, can you believe I shared a womb with such a sap?
There we go. Just gonna get those two hacked. I probably should have gone for like the auto hacker instead, but
Oh, it's Father Simon Wales now.
where the fuck is he going?
And here's a dozen fucking dumps for you. Isn't working.
Alright. Oh, shit. Let me just whack you. There you go.
Tonight, I had a pain in my head. And this time it wasn't from the wine of the horse. So naturally I came
There we
up to the
go.
office to murder it with a drink. But there on me liquor rack is a bottle of sacramental wine from my dear brother Simon. And of course the vintage date on the label is the code to enter his territory. 1919. I should
All right,
pass his
let's
big
try and
wine
get this
through
Big
me
Daddy.
system, Send it back warm.
And, oh, right.
Faith, Delta. It lives within us, yet beyond us. Daniel Wales lacked it. Father Simon Wales does not. The faithful do not die in fear as you
Where
did.
is...
We achieve.
Where did the Big Daddy go? Oh, there's the Big Daddy.
Time out! You gotta slay!
This is gonna be a little bit trickier. Yay! Big Daddy, a permanent increase in drill damage. There we go. Time to adopt her. Okay, I can get behind this game on easy difficulty rather than, like, you know, medium. I accept my limitations and I shall give myself a more enjoyable time by going for an easier time. Alright, heavy rivets, trap rivets, there we go. I need to figure out what the... Alright, you pick that up then. And I will start...
This angel's lonely. Why would you bring a kid?
Do not interrupt my kid, please.
Don't let us get me, Daddy!
Step away! He belongs to me!
There we go. There we go. Lead head. What the fuck? What's that?
Stop it! Unzip him, Daddy!
There we go.
Daddy's mad. Don't start.
Alright, get off her. Get off her.
Daddy.
There we go. Grab that spice slur.
Daddy, I'm ready.
Oh my goodness. So much work in this game. This is definitely not going to be like... Maybe if it was like a brand... Maybe if I wasn't like focused on... What's-a-Mahoozy on the Little Sisters, maybe it would be a little more fun, but... I cannot ignore the Little Sisters. I understand there's like benefit to doing their side quests. You get more Adam for it, which means you get more abilities, which mean, and what's more is you can upgrade more powerful What's-a-Mahoozys, which is most often going to go to my Electro over anything else. Alright, which one is the... Hang on. Once again, I forgot the keys. Every time. Equipment 1. Firing. Reload. Okay, I have to hold down R to do the thingy-majiggy. Okay. Alright, where are you getting me?
Will the Adam Daddy over there?
Oh my goodness, how far away are we going? Oh, wait, no, hang on. Where are you taking us? Oh, we're going back out into the main area.
Ooh, marshmallow!
All you.
There we go. You brutes are nearly gone. Alright, where did you want to go next? And which one was the quick save? God effing damn it. I forgot the quick save. Because I know I'm going to be using it often. Quick save, F11. Cool. I was about to hit F10 for a minute there. That would have been bad. Just auto-loading to like the last quick save.
This way.
We told you to keep lookout, and now there's a metal daddy on our end.
There we go. Grab, use, reload.
See? Adam is near.
Okay, thankfully it's back in here.
Now through this junction is the rest of the alley, including the very pumping station we're after. Father Wales has been recruiting holy rollers down there for lamb.
Alright, eat that. Purchase those. Grab some drill fuel, because obviously we don't get enough of that. More anti-personal rounds. We can't purchase any more, annoyingly enough. Oh, lol. Why did that thing disappear? God damn it. Alright, where's the...
Adam Daddy.
Oh, seriously? It's through there? Okay. 1919. Alright, quick save that real quick. That way, in case of another crash.
Father Simon Wales, can you hear me? I have trapped a devil at your doorstep. And Simon, Daniel, is dead. Murdered. Can you hear him crying out for justice?
I don't think he can.
They cut the power on you. You're stuck till the backups kick in. I'll help you hold them back. Check the pneumo.
Why can't I just crawl under that?
Know this, beast. Daniel's body may go cold, but his soul rests with the child of the Lamb. You shall roast and blacken in the pit, and it'll be a grieving brother sent you there.
It's up here.
Where that? Oh, there he is. Oh, there he is. Alright, Splicer Corpse. Where's the rest? Oh, there's... There we go. Their organs can be used as first aid. Do you have harvest or save? I'm saving them, okay? They're little girls. You don't harm little girls. I don't care, like... Very rarely are there little girls in video games that you have to be like, alright, we're gonna kill these motherfuckers. It's like, no. If you have the option between harvesting them and saving them, you're gonna try and save them. That's the point. There we go. That thing is gonna blow up, I know it. I feel... Oh.
is our salvation, demon. You shall
Where's the
not rob
big
us of our
guy?
final reward.
I hear him. I just don't see him. Alright, research that body. Cool. Where is the big man?
Backkick on the mid-fly.
Come on. There we go. Increased damage. That's what we want.
What? Yeah.
Come on. There we go. Got him. Should try.
Attaboy,
I wish I could
boy.
switch weapons
I think
more
you're closing
easily.
in on Simon's underground temple.
Alright.
Now get down to pumping station number 5 and drain out the park here. Oxygen's running thin in this train car, and I'd sure hate to see our partnership cut short.
Ask yourself, Delta. You
Where
who have
is-
suffered beyond measure at the hands of men like Ryan. What is the cost of paradise? To end pain, to end sin. What must we pay?
Where
Eleanor
the...
is my answer.
Okay, yep, we get it. Eleanor is yours, but you've not been that great of a mom considering you've just been... Alright, you gather, me protect. There we go. Alright, hack this. There. Yeah, grab some more rivets, grab the heavy rivets. Grab some armor piercing while I can. And the personnel stuff. Cool, there we go. Ow, ow, who's the fuck shooting at me? There we go. Okay, clearly I'm... Hey, who's... There we go. Nope, stop disrupting my girl. There we go.
Come on, Daddy.
There we go. Alright, pick you up, and let's get you back to a thingy-madiggy, which is right there, thank Christ. Rescue. Okay, so that's 2 of 3 now. We just need a third one, and we've rescued all the little sisters around here. Alrighty. You okay? Let's see. Are you okay, Z's? Yes, you are. Cool. Man, to think I was using this game as a, oh yes, we will be less stressed from going from like one Kingdom Hearts game to the next. Instead, we're gonna play this in between. There we go. Alright, where is the little sister? I saw another one here. There we go. Hack you. Alright. Grab another health thingy-madiggy. Oh my goodness, I have like no money whatsoever. What the hell? How did I go from a lot of money to no money?
The pair bond is a success. If somehow an Alpha Series wanders too far from his little sister, our physical failsafe kicks in. A chemical trigger that induces coma. It is a symbiotic relationship enforced by the girl's pheromone signature. The first successful candidate was Delta, I believe. It is unfortunate. Poor Dr. Suchong will not be here to raise a glass.
There we go. Come on. There we go. Alrighty. We're adopting you next. Is it me, or are they like less spooky with the yellow eyes? Like, they're not too big of an issue with the yellow eyes kind of thing, but the minute they like get rid of that, you know, that whole Adam sucker part of them and they turn into like normal girls and such like that, for some reason they don't look normal while normal. Their eyes are too big or something, whereas with the yellow eyes you can kind of get away with that thought. Alright, there's the first one. Alrighty, you grab that. Now you feel bad? Why? Do you harvest them instead? You terrible person. Oh my goodness, what is up with my... Uh-oh. Alright, just gonna save that real quick, because that was a weird moment. Alright, what's this message?
Lamb's followers are blinded by her promises. But it's clear that this religion she's cooked up is an elaborate front for some insane science experiment. She's twisting these girls into slaves, bringing Adam back to Lamb's science facility, Fontaine Futuristics. I've got to find it.
Oh, this is the guy who was looking for his daughter.
Is the ferryman.
There we go. Thrifty hacker. Sometimes the advertised price is just a suggestion. Make your hacked vending machines even more valuable with a thrifty hacker. Cool. I don't have enough room for that, so...
She doesn't like you. Just come out. I hate waiting. Why the hell come and sit and die?
Hopefully I can get my shit back. I keep pressing 3, thinking that's gonna get me my machine gun, but it doesn't. It keeps getting my hacking tool. I'm an idiot. Alright, pick you up next. You didn't understand the bomb, but now that I feel, you know, you do, it's horrible. Yeah, no, so... Because, like, they had, like, this... For the first 2 Bioshocks, it was like, oh, basically they somehow were able to create, like, this weird pseudo-chemical bond between, like, the Big Daddies and the Little Sisters. Like, so then that way the Big Daddies were, like, you know, infatuated. Or, you know, they had that whole, like, you know, being a dad to the Little Sisters and all this kind of shit. And you sort of... And, like, there's not really a lot to explain how the fuck that works, but... They explain it a lot better in BioShock Infinite, and they give like a really simple reason as to why the Big Daddies will protect the Little Sisters and such like that. Take a swig of Curiol to refill some thingamajigs. Cool. Rivets. Pop. Rivets. Plumbing. This is gonna make a great utility shelf. Utility! Did anyone ever watch those Vicks VaporTop ads? Some of them are really good. Australia doesn't do like a crazy good job in
Come on, Daddy.
Alright, where are you taking me?
Nothing. Oh.
Oh, back this way. Is it just so we can drop down to another level without damaging ourselves? Is that it?
Let's go.
Yep, okay.
We found it!
Alright, you go gather the atom.
Sunshine means angels. I prepared my you sick bastard!
I keep... I didn't...
Please, don't let us get...
Alright. Oh my god, why is there so many of them? There we go.
Daddy!
My goodness, this girl works well under pressure. Like, Jesus. She is going to be ready for the capitalist future that they're forcing upon her after the 1970s. Yay, increased movement speed. And she's just casually standing there. There we go. Yay!
Save me from the monsters.
Yep, that's exactly what I do. Now, be rescued and healed. Ow, really bright fucking lights. And now there's a big sister that's gonna be coming along. That's gonna be fun, trying to sort through all that shit. Lock boxes, thank you. Big sister is almost here, prepare yourself. Yay! I don't know what the benefit is for that. There we go. Dead. No longer have to worry about you. I think it was the fact that I get more Atom from them now is the dealio. That's the dealio now, is I get more Atom. 450. All right, let's have a look. Unlocked more plasmid salts, unlocked more tonic salt. Freeze your foes in place, shatter them into 1,000 pieces. You do not have the prerequisite plasmid. Alrighty. Charge up to prevent splicers to join your cause. Create traps, decoys. Allows you to throw harder for more damage. Plasmids use less Eve. Drinking alcohol restores a small amount of Eve rather than draining it. Oh my god, there's a lot of interesting ones here. I need... Let's see, you can carry one more medical kit. Yes, please. That's better than the boost. You take less damage from fire and inflict more damage when you use fire. Takes longer. Your headshots do more damage. Easy hacks. Alrighty, hang on a sec. I need to give myself more... I need to give myself, like, a lot more tonic slots. And then... move through the world as an invisible plasmid wielding scout. Okay. Eve Saver. Shorten the alarms. Drill Lurker. Quiet your footsteps. Increase damage from melee attacks on unaware opponents, especially with drill swings. Yep, sounds good to me. Easy hack, headshots. Alrighty. Dink, 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 dink. Let's go with another plasmid shot. To give me the bees.
Swarm of insects laugh as they seek out hidden enemies.
Awesome. I'm probably gonna... Alright, Winter Blast. Replace you with the bees. Freeze your foes into a solid ice block. And... I'm gonna give myself another gene tonic slot. There we go. That should be better. Open up the lockbox, check this guy, there we go. Hit F11 again, just so then that way if it crashes. But I will be real with you, if it does crash again, I am most likely going to just, you know, end the stream here and then just be like, right, I'll see you guys Wednesday. So, because I'm really curious how the game Kingdom Hearts will go in the future.
And will be reborn as a single immaculate body.
Gotta behave.
What?
Ray, you brought this on yourself.
There we go. Don't really need to hack the vending machine.
No.
We are all family. Nope, I do not want to accept such a diagnosis. That is a terrible thing. Don't ever let a cult make you their family. You're just going to be in for a bad time when people do that. Because when they do the whole, like, oh, we're not a business, we're a family. What they're really saying is oh, the limits that you will take with a family are greater than they are as a business, and we want to exploit those aspects of you having a family and what have you. Alright, what's... Okay, so those are the door controls, so I need... How come I can't... Never mind. I was really hoping I could just, like, open the door from that, but I guess not, unless... No, okay. There we go, drop down to here, search this, search that. Moving on. Oh! Oh, that's cool. That's... So, those arms are Jack's arms. That's interesting that they got those, thingamadiggy. He's probably up in the surface right now, and he's not gonna die for, like, another few, like, decades or so. But that's kind of cool that they have, like, this painting of... I think his name is Jack, and he's technically Jack Fontaine, because he's, like... Spoiler alert, Jack Fontaine is, like, this, son that... Jack got indoctrinated, so then that way, whenever he said the phrase, "Would you kindly," he would have him like forced to do whatever the command was.
Andrew Ryan left us wandering, confused, and alone amongst yesterday's wreckage. But Sophia Lamb shows us that we are not alone. We are together as a family.
But the beast.
So when you see a man brought to his knees,
It wears a
recognize
hide
that he is your
and its
brother,
hands are
and pull
death
him up.
and chains.
Sophia Lamb
It would
teaches us
seize the
what is
child from
common
us,
is good.
and with her,
What is
paradise.
irreducible is right. She guides us all.
Machine gun damage, shotgun clip, shotgun damage.
Rapture's daughter, Eleanor, shall be our vessel.
All right, I'm gonna do machine gun damage.
Be ye soldier of the ground or angel of the sky, we must stand fast and send it howling back to hell.
All right, let's listen to the next therapy.
All right, Doctor. I'm here. But don't think wearing this butterfly means I'm happy.
Grace, I know you all too well. Want of child defines you. But biological loyalty turns us against the rest of the world, whom we ought to love in equal measure. Your poverty is testament to that. but your voice inspires the people. I am asking you to join a much larger family. Though your body failed you, you shall live on in us.
Me with these free.
There we go. There we go. Alright, grab everything from the corpses. Were any of these guys requiring... Oh, this one's requiring research. Oh, I should try... There we go. Simon Wells is dead.
Pump control ought to be in the back. One thing, though. Once you transfer the suction to Dionysus Park, we've got a tiny window of opportunity to get you inside. I don't have much air left, but I'll hang in there. You make sure you're ready before you throw that switch.
How is my wallet full? What the shit? $800 is full? Bullshit. What kind of capitalism? No, that's not how capitalism works. You don't just decide to... I don't have a big enough wallet. What bullshit. Unreal. Fuck, you can't carry any more of this. Yep, cool, fine, fair enough. If I get more money, I should be able to hold more money. This isn't how, you know, cough, off. Doesn't matter. I should get more money. This is no way for the capitalist system to reward me. It should not be telling me, oh, you can't hold enough money, you need to start using it elsewhere. Because no one in their riches has ever just, you know, had to use up their money before more money can be used. What's actually happened is that they increased the means of being able to hold their money. Like, goodness gracious. There we go. Alright, pick up the Fontaine thing.
We believe in the daughter of the Lamb, hallowed Savior and anointed vessel, whose blood with our blood, sin with our sin, mind with our minds, life with our life, lifts us up from the depths, transcends base temptation, and delivers us
Alright, I gotta run ahead of me.
We commend ourselves to the new and unknown, born by our common strength.
Yep, couldn't care less about your...
Tyrant, Delta, vying for control of a
Once
dead
again,
man's dream.
I cannot get more money. Maybe it's the skinny jeans? That shouldn't be it.
Must die so that Eleanor may rise from its body. Allow me to demonstrate.
Oh, Jesus, what is she doing? Oh.
Lamb's overloading the pumps. The place is coming down. Get to Dionysus Park.
Awesome. Well, at least I don't have to deal with villains on my way out. No. Oh.
Subject Delta, I want you to commit this moment to memory for me. This
No.
howling, brutish slog through the dark. This is who we are.
This is very destructive, Eleanor. This doesn't need to be you. You could be a whole ton of other things. You do not need to be this destructive. go. And get hit in the face with all this water. Hi there, Bone. Welcome to the stream. Hopefully you're doing all right. Hello. This game has crashed once already, and I've decided to lower the difficulty just so then that way I can get through this quicker. Hey, look, a shark.
Alone among the dead.
I'm not alone among the dead. There's sharks. Sharks are okay. So long as you're not bleeding or, you know, encroaching on their territory, they're relatively okay kind of fish. No, they're not fit. Wait, are sharks fish? Or are sharks something else? I want to say they're fish, but I don't think that's accurate. For some reason, a part of me doesn't feel like calling them fish is the right word.
Bone Musky Dog has added quote number 269, sharks are okay as long as you aren't bleeding.
Yep. Oh, that reminds me. So I spent a little bit of this morning while I was doing chores watching the Kingdom Hearts Recoded. Gonna be real with you, waste of a game movie. I'm gonna be real. I didn't have that much enjoyment in, you know, rehashing through some nonsense just so then that way we get a Data Sora or an explanation of like who the fuck everyone is and that Naminé exists. But one of the things, Jocks of the Seat, no. Hi there, Goblin. Welcome to the stream. But yeah, one of the things I remember like explaining to people, because some people, you know, felt like, you know,
Dog has added quote number 270. Oh look, there are sharks.
So one of the so watching this, like, you know, game movie or whatever, Urane, they're sort of going off of like, oh, like, this is probably just a little too much for the Zeebs. Like, they're just talking about some real convoluted nonsense that, you know, or very, you know, conflicting information or whatever the fuck. And I don't know how we got onto the topic, but I explained to them that, like, crazy ideas are not that big of a leap for me, considering they come up in my head a lot of the times. For example, I'm going to zoom in for this one because this is an important one. Every culture, culinarily speaking, has always had a sandwich, have at least made a sandwich. Every society's culinary history has made the sandwich. Because what is a sandwich except just your choice of protein wrapped in a wheat? Sandwich, obviously a sandwich. The wrap, the kebab, the taco, or the burrito.
Has added quote number 271. Every culture has made the sandwich.
Pies, you could say, are a sandwich. Pizza is a sandwich. So, and that was one of the things that just made them, like, laugh and thinks that would be a good quote is, pies are a sandwich. Okay, come on, next thing.
Bone Musky Dog has added quote number 272. Pies are a sandwich.
Thank you, Bone. I really appreciate it.
Dionysus Park was owned by Sophia Lamb, Chief. Sort of a private
cookie for
retreat
Jack.
For social experiments. One night it flooded, killing all her guests. Paper said it was cult-related. Come on up to the train station. Let's rendezvous.
Okay. Oh. Cohen's collection of fine... Oh, I remember this guy. He was crazy. Okay, let me rephrase that. Everyone is crazy, but Cohen was, like, insane crazy rather than broken mind crazy.
Bone Musky
Abstinence.
Dog
Yes,
wanted
please.
me to say, does that mean a calzone is a burrito?
A calzone is a
Stretching
sandwich.
Time sponsored by Jakugan 01.
The calzone is a sandwich.
Bone Maska Dog thinks you should do 15 squats.
Hey, there we go. Oh, Bone, you're not going to be happy because that's the first redeem of this evening. I've been streaming for like what seems like an hour, and I've only now started to do squats. So here's the first 15. Oh, this is going to be a bit of a weirdy one considering how long I've been sitting down. Alrighty. Stretch the legs. Alright, do the like calf like lifting thingy-majiggy up, and then rest on the knee, on the heel, balls of the feet. Proper stance. Here we go. Alright. 1, 2, 3. Ugh. My pants are going up my crack.
Bone Musky Dog wanted me to say angry primordial noises, no sexy jutsu for you.
Alright, let me try that again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Thank you for the 15 squats, Bone. You know the picture I'm talking about? Yes, I know the picture you're talking about. I know exactly the picture you're talking about. And I've already seen it. Excuse me, out of breath. Okay. So, that's there. And I don't really have a clear indicator of the password. What a dead peeps. Can't carry any more health kits, that's a shame. Goddamn Houdini. Yeah! Oh, hi there. Oh, yeah. Hey, Drake. Sorry, I saw Yislith's face, and I thought that was Yislith for a second. Cookie for Bone! I will delete it till squats are done. Lol, you don't need to do that. It's not like I'm looking at a picture of sexy Bone to convince me to do squats. I am a zebra with resolve. If people ask me to do the squats, I shall do the squats. Yay, Houdinis are vulnerable to anti-personnel rounds. Alright, let me get my sippies done. Thank you for the sippies. Alright, here we go. Thank you, grab all that shit.
Attention. Subject Delta has drained and infiltrated Dionysus Park. His death is our rebirth. The life of the people's daughter is in your hands.
Oh, Jesus. This woman. Patronage.
Well, I'm in. Yep. Yours truly is the newest member of the Rapture
Bone
family.
Musky Dog has added quote number 273. I don't need to look at a picture of sexy Bone to make me do squats.
Me an invite to this artist retreat here at the park. Lamb bought my Frustrated Novelist Act. She's even sponsoring me to ink it while I'm here. Except my story's all about her. And I don't think she's gonna like the way it ends.
Thank you, Stanley. Okay, so I didn't get any code from that. I gotta keep an eye out for any code. Mm-hmm. That's your fault. You're a fucking idiot.
Will you look at this hall? We're gonna be rich.
Oh my, yes. If you enjoy slime and muck, it's utterly divine.
Oh, bloody fucking da. Listen, princess, next time you eat...
Oh my goodness, though.
Eat out of the trash, I want you to think of me.
A lady's got to have some.
There we go. Alright, so 7 is the spear.
Darling,
Let's...
you shouldn't have. Oh, Heavens! Oh no! Oh.
Real cute. You coming in?
That's a good one.
What the fuck? You're gonna boo!
Ow. I didn't realize the leadheads could do that. But yeah, thank you for the quotes, Bone. I really appreciate it. I actually got quite a number of clips from the Saturday night stream, which was really great. Oh no, that was them that did that. That wasn't me. So someone was doing a few clips of my Final Fantasy stream, which I really appreciate. So a few of those will be popping up on my TikTok down the week or month. I think I'm gonna try and do like, you know, maybe once a week I'll do a TikTok posting, because like back when I was like on break, I did it like maybe once every 2 or 3 days to, you know, keep myself relevant in the internet sphere. But now that I'm doing like streaming, like, you know,
I've located a new train car.
Go on, Sinclair.
But the station's still locked down, and we're not alone in here. I see a shadow in the security booth. I'll lay low while you have a gander.
You like me banging a car? Oh yeah, that's on the TikTok as well. Hey, I didn't know you found me via TikTok, Goblin. I appreciate that.
Hello, boys.
Go.
My name's Stan Poole, Rapture Tribune. Quality
doing?
paper. Before the locals stopped reading and started finding other uses for it. Anyway, I'm looking to cut a deal, fellas. Come by the train station. I'm here in the booth.
Okay. Alrighty. Let's head over to the train station then. You better not be fucking with us.
Partners. We were partners. Sharing like I said. But I heard your mind. You were thinking about taking it all for yourself.
There we go.
Dionysus Park was my home, Delta. An experiment in social unity, cut short by human folly.
Yeah.
You dishonor its memory with every step.
I don't know, like...
Now,
I don't think I
see,
disrespect it.
Lamb knows you're here, but I'm incognito. Thing is, since you drained
gonna
out
do
the
it?
park,
Oh,
the
what-
little sisters are already starting to nose around, looking for Adam, and I can't have that.
Oh, okay, so...
Tickety tock, Sasha. Any week now.
There we go.
Cookie for Fluffy. There we go.
Finesse.
All right, hang on. No. Oh. Hi there, Fluffy Shadow. Thank you for the head pats. And I'm probably gonna get like. All right, let's see how I go with. There we go. All them broken. I didn't know what Bone was doing.
I got nuts in my mouth now.
Thank you for the nut button. I keep thinking when people are gonna like engage something, they're gonna like do the worst one, like the maid outfit, the D himbo, or pulling the lever. Thank you for the boops, Fluffy. I appreciate it. Hopefully you're doing all right. But yeah, I have a TikTok. So like I try and I try and get any clips that are done through like because of other people doing them and such. Because I'm way too busy. Once I'm done streaming, it's like I'm either doing work, doing like the normal things I have to do as I approach my 30s chores wise, or I am, trying to do like learn 3D and shit. But yeah. I just realized I do not have a button for presenting the TikTok thingy-majiggy. Damn. Alrighty then. What is the thing I'm going to do? Machine gun recoil reduction. A stable light reduces the kickback of the machine gun, resulting in more accurate fire. Excellent! Oh my goodness, it's just a fucking, like, compressor at the front like that, isn't it? Thank you for the cookie, Bone. I was wondering when that was going to crop up. Ding, dong, bam. There we go. How's it going, Shadow, if you mind me asking? Circus of value. Ooh, solid slugs. Yes, please. Alrighty, the container of things. Alright, let's try and hack this. There we go. it's a little bit funny that it's like, oh, you can't, like, if you fail to, like, you know, get the codes on the first go, it alerts the security and such. But if you successfully hack it, then it gets rid of the 4. That's what I want. Alrighty.
Take this, father, and hurry. Mother can't hear this, but she's looking right at me. Her face.
Ooh, a launcher. What is this? Shift to quick melee. Launches a variety of grenades. Okay, cool. Thank you. Frag grenades up the wazoo. That will be excellent. I can't pick up any more money because apparently this game decides to give you an $800 limit to hold in your wallet, which I think is absolutely ridiculous. Excellent. Love it. I love this weapon. Alrighty. Absolutely adore it. Okay. Over to this. Hello.
Okay, so...
Sup, Stan?
Dead men tell no tales, right? Wrong. See, with Adam involved, every stiff's got a story. And Lamb knows how to read it. If that stuff makes it back to her, I'm an obituary. So, I want you to take the story of Dionysus Park and bury it. Get rid of the little sisters for me. Your way. Do that, and I'll unlock the station here.
Yeah, $999 would have made sense, but for some reason they're like, oh, $800, which is annoying because this is late stage capitalism, like demonstrated here.
He's locked in the security booth, however, so we'll have to play along. Find those sisters.
Okay, it's not going to be that hard to find them, I'm going to be real with you, but like, I can't hold more than $800. Like, there is no... Damn it. Where the fuck is the Houdini? Oh, I think I saw them just a minute ago. Shit. Oh boy, these Houdinis are gonna be oh so fun, aren't they? Alright, let's get to the promenade. Thank you for that. Alright. Hack you real quick. There we go. Thank you for the remote hack. Let's get some auto. Oh, we can't get a lot of auto hacks, but that's okay. Phosphorus, rivets. Alright. Should be okay. Alright, so I need to do the little sister thing. But... Oh, I hear one.
There she is. Little Tyke wants to be in pictures. Real cute. Now get rid of the muscle and deal with her.
There we go. Increased damage on the Big Daddy. I'm gonna adopt you real quick, little sister, okay? You're gonna jump in between the zitties. I'm a little busy right now.
Smart. See? You put it to work, and all that Adam ends up in you. But you're sort of a silent partner. So that's tops with me.
There we go. Got you. A-grade stuff. Alrighty. Thank you, splices. My goodness, this guy is just leaking blood, apparently. Alright, let's... Alright, here's the first one. Grab you. Mm-hmm.
And you won't get it.
There we go. Got you.
Daddy,
Awesome.
you always save me from monsters.
Yes, I do. No, not the Cactuar Savage! No! Stream over. I'm dead. I am dead. It is absolute mayhem. No more. Ah, never mind, I'm back. Welcome to the stream, Savage. Hopefully you're doing okay. How are yous? I am right now playing Bioshock 2. I've lowered the difficulty because I've just been, you know...
Here's the angel.
Alright, grab yous.
Let's fix your face, baby.
Yay! I acquired a tonic called the Fountain of Youth. In today's Rapture, water is everywhere. Take advantage of maintenance issues with the Fountain of Youth tonic, and let that water wash your cares away. Awesome. Standing in water slowly oh, cool. Alright, sports boost. There we go. There we go. Got them all.
Oh, I'm always safe with Daddy.
Woo! You're doing okay? You're just relaxing for the past few days? You've just been a bit... Oh no, you been ill? I'm sorry to hear that. Hope you get better.
At last, we have our Judas. One of my own people has been feeding Ryan evidence of my activities. And now I am to be detained. As a religion, they merely monitored us. But as a commune, they would see us crucified. And yet, though he will be the last to see it, Andrew Ryan has already lost the people. Wherever I am sent, Rapture will follow.
Uh-huh. Cool. Yay! That's one of 3.
Father, this atom you found contains memories from all the bodies here. Normally, only a little sister can see them, but I can show you what Stanley is trying to hide. When Mother was taken away, Stanley was left in charge of Dionysus Park. He spent all her money through these mad parties. It was like he was trying to ruin her.
Damn, he spent it on hookers and
You
coke.
okay there? Keep your eye on the brass ring, brother. Find the rest of the sisters.
Awesome. Alright, now to find more of them. So... that's 1/2 of them out of the way. Or that's 1/3 out of the way, I should say. It's really more like 1/3.
Subject Delta's just a serial number, amigo. I did a lot of digging on you for a feature once. They used to call you Johnny Topside. Found the city all on your own in a diving bell. Real shame what they did to you.
Didn't know that was a thing. Didn't know that's what happened to me. Damn. This place is stacked. All these weapons. I wish I knew about this sooner. But I can't spend any money. Oh, wait. Here's some money. And then... Yep, let me just get all the armor piercing, and we've got the mini turrets already. Okay. A lot of people dead, and a tonic for us. Get to know your enemies a little better. With Extended Reel, you get more quality time with each research target. Okay, let's go with... Let's go with Firestorm. Although I'm probably gonna get more, like, Gene Tonic slots, so then that way I can swap things around. I just need to collect up Adam. There we go, get a little bit of body research in. Reload this. I thought I heard someone at my door for a second, sorry. That was a bit weird. Also, I realized that only the light that's just above my camera is not enough to illuminate me, so I'm gonna have to turn on the lights in my room. I think I'm also gonna go and get a can of Coke. Give me 1 minute. All right. I have an aircon unit running right now because it got a little bit toasty in this room because, you know, fun fact, I was home all day rather than being in work because of working Saturday. And yeah, having a PC on all day really heats up the place. So I've got and unfortunately, I wish the air conditioning was in the room I was doing streaming and such, because then I would probably have that run like, you know, a lot longer, but, you know, normally I try and only get away with just having the fan running above my head, and that's it. So, bad cough and nose congestion. Yeah, congestions are awful. You find double ammo on destroyed machines. Awesome. Alright, let's reload that. Can't carry any more Eve, that's okay. Alright, let's get out of here and find the next place we can go.
Stew? The hounds.
I also need to find, like, you know, I need to find out where the the audio is to tell me the passcode for the thing back in Dionysus Park. Like, further back in. Hi there, Elvirus. Yeah, I don't know what the woman was talking about when she's just like, beef stew? Introduces the latest in where it makes you a walking Tesla coil, slapping anything and everything foolish enough to strike you. Awesome. Alright. Ow. Oh, I already fully researched this guy. Never mind. I thought I had to research him more, but he's already maxed research, so we're good. Oh, I probably should have had that thing.
You mistake my nature, Delta. I wish no Adam for myself. Eleanor is the dream, and she needs neither weapons
Eleanor
nor
is the
parlor tricks.
dream. How's it going, Alvirus, by the by? You doing okay? Yeah. There we go. More Houdini nonsense. Oh, she's dead. Never mind then. I thought she'd put up a bit longer of a fight that way, but I guess not. Okay. Check the cash register. More cash. Thank goodness. They really throw... Is it because I lowered the difficulty that I'm now getting like a lot more food and shit? There we go. Yay, it's more supplies, moonshine. Moonshine's good. More money. All right, let's hack this open. You know what? Let's just pay the 70 bucks and see what we get. Okay, we got some cool ammo. There we go. All good now. Eat the sardines, get the buck... Oh, we can't grab the buckshot. Never mind. You're doing good, just winding down for the night? Yeah, that's cool. That's alright, Alvirus. It's good to wind down. I'm gonna be real. A part of me felt like not doing the stream. I'm gonna be real. A part of me felt like not doing it today, just because I just been like home all day and on the PC, so a part of me felt like not doing a stream tonight, but I didn't want to, like, you know, sort of release the schedule this afternoon release the schedule this morning and then, you know, renege on that nonsense. I didn't think that was, you know, fair to you guys. So, ow. Briefcase. Cool. Proximity mines. Yep, proximity mines sounds good to me. Alrighty. You were the opposite. You decided to start earlier and have time to cook dinner and have me time. Oh, okay. There we go. Alrighty. Nope, no point picking up the health kit. Need to find the next place I need to go. Because I've done the cinema, and I was already at the express station. There we go. Thank you, Houdini. Ah, oh, damn it. Can't use the remote hacking thing.
What you want? I don't have those access no more.
There we go. Oh, I could probably open that if I had the right genes. All right, give me a sec. What the hell is... Oh, fresh water. Cool.
There she is. Get her. I hope that bodyguard ain't one of your long losts.
There we go. Got him. Did I? Oh, I forgot to scan him. Damn it. Yeah, alright, let me... Yep. Your old dad is dead. Also, you're shirtless? No, I'm not. I still have my shirt on. What are you talking about, Alvirus? Also, I wear a shirt and pants when I'm streaming. Well, technically they're pajama bottoms, active wear, but I still wear pants while streaming. Solid slugs and frag grenades. Sure, let's get the mini turrets.
Adam, Daddy? Over there.
Oh, right here. Cool.
Right here.
Ah, this thing is in my way. Put you over there. Gather the atom now. Mucho gracias, senor. Oh, you stole my shirt, so I did not notice. I am so sorry. I did not notice this entire time. Alrighty, you good now? Alright, let's pick you up.
He's nicer than other daddies.
Awesome. I wish if I could pick up more Eve that they would at least let me just, you know, they would just let it fill up the empty portion, but I guess not. Who needs guns when you got a drill and nearly unlimited plasmid power? Significantly decreases cost of plasmids, but limits weapon selection to the drill, hack tool, and camera. No thanks. Alright, let's listen to this.
So, Ryan's goons are sweating me to prove this place is a closet commune. But I need time. Lamb's kid keeps staring me down like she knows that I'm a phony. I keep thinking of Johnny Topside, though. It took real guts to find Rapture like he did. It makes it easier not to crack if I sort of imagine that I'm him. It's a good thing I can't tell Lamb that, though. She'd probably say I got a secret need to fall into his arms and make a wild whoopee or something.
Hang on, let's see what happens. What happens if I use this? Nope. Okay, I'm gonna need to find a gene thingy-majiggy and swap my genes over.
Adam is
There it
Rapture
is.
Del...
Oh wait, I already have the fire thingy-majiggy out. God damn it.
The finest minds of paradise in a single sublime mosaic. Eleanor. Consider the genius you deny her with every stolen drop.
I don't think I will.
Daddy's mad. Here it is.
Alright, you go search this person. Request for a new joke at 10k redeem. Steel pants, which you can't see because that's all off stream. LOL. Maybe? I already have too many. I already have the, you know, the IRL fursuit thingy-majiggy challenge going off right now. I'd rather not have too many challenges to get people off the wrong idea. There we go.
Daddy,
You did it?
Are you taking
Excellent.
too?
Awesome. You did a wonderful work there, girl. Ah, there's a hole to throw her into. Alrighty.
Hidey hole.
Yep. Alright, time to crack one. And save that real quick, so just in case it crashes.
That's me there. I confronted Stanley. Said I'd tell Mother what he had done. He panicked. Took me away and sold me to an orphanage. I tried to fight back. I remember biting his hand, but... Father, he's the reason I was turned into a little sister.
Ooh. Now the real question. Hang on a sec, sorry. There is something I need to investigate. Do they want you to have Stanley Poole alive or not? Alright, letting him live or letting him die is difference. Yep, it's a live or die thingamadiggy, which I reckon is just going to be a very generic, oh, if he lives, it's good. If he dies, it's bad. I reckon he's just going to, like, if we let him live, if he's probably just going to die, like, a few weeks later. Alright.
Now, you were just a deep-sea explorer with iron cojones, pal. The public gave it a nickname, but Ryan...
Give me the rivets, give me the traps, give me the heavy. Buckshots I'm gonna be finding time and time again.
Was sure you were a spook, so his people locked you up. Erased your damn name. Goodbye, Johnny Topside. Hello, Subject Delta.
When all this is over and we're divvying up Rapture's bounty...
If your little helper keeps getting interrupted while gathering, tell him to get a move on with your demanding father tonic. No.
You and I'll be holding court on a private island, son. Think of it. Each world power on bended knee, holding a bouquet made of money.
Sure thing, Sinclair. You think about the money.
The girls you've saved from Mother want to thank you. Check the Gatherer's Garden.
There we go. Another plasmid slot giving the bees. Let's go with the gene tonic. Incinerate 2. Thank you. Hypnotize. Swarm. Call in a friend with the added ability to summon bots. Stronger telekinesis. Thank you, Super Meowly. Welcome to the stream. Hopefully you're doing all right. They disable them for longer. Yep, sounds good to me. Increase you deal to bots and turrets. Move slower. Drinking alcohol. Yep. Stronger telekinesis sounds good to me. Alright, so I got 75. Let's go. Yep. Alright, and that's most of the atom used. Alright. Oh, wait. I completely ignored... Because I saved the little sister and what have you, but I did nothing about the, Hang on a second. No, I don't want to go through the maintenance access. I forgot to double check on... Because there was like a... Where is it? This section here, the Triton Theater. Looks like there was, a few things I can get there. It's like a little extra secret area. Man, I need to... Welcome to playing with me. I'll forget things. You would not want to watch me, like, play Breath of the Wild, I feel. I would be spending way too much time, like, just sort of backtracking here and there. And doing, you know, Lord knows, like, however many, like, little side missions silently. Okay, I think I'm going the wrong way. Am I? Maybe. Yep, going the wrong way. Whoopsies, my bad. Because we were trying to... Hang on. Because we were trying to... Not the cinema. There's a difference between the cinema and the theater. I need you to remember that. Is it the gallery we were meant to be going through? Yeah, here's where we...
Yes?
There we go. There we go. There we go. Got them all. Damn, that is a... You are in my way. Phosphorus, first aid kit. Hey! Hardy Machines. A hack turret or bot can be your greatest friend. Make that friendship last longer with a new handy tonic perk. Hacking a turret or bot raises its maximum health. Hell yeah. Let's just do a $70 bailout. Oh, am I already at the limit of the auto hack turrets? Jesus. Yay, increased damage. God damn, there's a lot of them. Maybe that tonic might not have been worth it. Maybe the tonic was not worth it.
Who calls this trash? Hiding. I know this state like the back of my hand.
Wait, was she still alive when I did that? Okay. A lot of auto hack turrets. Alrighty. So, okay spot. Didn't have all that to offer, but it's okay. Alright.
Came back, huh?
There we go. Grab all use. Hey! The truth is in the body. A new tape.
Awareness of self is no miracle, Eleanor.
It is a trick of the gene, an endless inner refrain asking,
Thank you
what's
for
in
the
it for me? To serve the world, we must grow deaf to the self. Are you ready? Now, stop listening to my voice. Stop listening. Stop. Difficult, isn't it?
Yeah, because you're talking.
Cues are defensive coloration, camouflage. Play this recording until you no longer hear the words. Then you may observe the people for who they are.
I'm sorry, what? Hang on. What? Play that again.
Awareness
of the self is no
It's no miracle, Eleanor. It is a trick of the gene, an endless inner refrain asking, what's in it for me?
That is no awareness of the self is not that. Oh my goodness, Sophia, no. Awareness of the self isn't the thing of like, oh, being selfish or selfless or any of that. That's not what awareness of the self is. Awareness of the self is consciousness. It's a very, very big thing. You just fucking reduce that to a really, really toxic trait. Like, Jesus Christ, Sophia. Holy shit, I am really glad you were not, like, in a majority of Eleanor's life. You threw her to someone else to teach. I'm really glad that she, like, as annoying as it is that, you know, she had to be thrown to someone else that we later steal and shit like that. Holy fucking shit, Sophia. You are a terrible mother.
I found her. Found Cindy by this rusted carousel. But she was just standing there, staring, waiting for the music. And she doesn't even recognize me. What have they done to her? Listen to her.
The man in the moon is a girl, Mr. Bubbles.
Listen, if anyone hears this,
All right, there's one. Clobber the big palooka and grab the sister.
Oh, damn. Telekinesis is powerful now. Five, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yep, grab the rest of that fuel. Alright, let's adopt her. Alrighty.
Adam, Daddy, wait here.
Cool. I was really worried we have to go really far for that one.
Let's fix your face, baby. Just come out! I hate waiting!
Angel's all done now.
Alright, pick you up, and let's go to the next one.
This way.
Shotgun to the face. Excellent.
Got just
That worked. There we go. Alright, sardines. Yep, let's get some rivets. Let's get some ammo. We got a lot of the remote thingy-majiggies. Let's get a heavy rivet. Alright, let's keep moving. Oh, wait. F11, just in case. Just in case it decides to crash on me.
Doesn't like you.
Fucking leadhead.
See? Adam is near.
Mm-hmm. There it is. Okay, cool.
This one has Adam.
Alright.
Roses and sunshine and angels. See the light in the
There we go. You done? Awesome, you're done.
always safe with Daddy.
Awesome. Alright, now we can send you to a hole. Should be one nearby. I thought I saw one on my way in. I swear I saw one on my way in. There it is.
Almost home.
Rescue you. Where are you? There you are.
With me gone, Father, Stanley just let Mother's followers turn into animals. When word came that she was returning, he knew they would blame him. So he found a way to silence them all. And now he's trying to cover it up.
That's it. Now all that old dirt stays underground, and Lamb will be none the wiser. Hey, come on back. I've unlocked the train for you. But remember, if Lamb catches you, mum's the word.
Yeah, you're very likely going to die, and it doesn't even need to be by my hand, is the
Our
thing.
conflict of interest seems to be upsetting Eleanor. For her sake, I have made it clear to these men that you... Through Adam, Eleanor will become the daughter of the people, a true utopian, brilliant beyond measure, but utterly selfless. As she ascends,
Oh, there's a
you and
there's a
I
big
will
sister
seem
somewhere.
as dogs, circling and snarling amid the afterbirth.
Doc Lamb's turning up the heat, Chief. Head on back to the train station. Let's hit the trail.
Yeah, just give me a minute, give me a minute, give me a minute.
Welcome to the Circus of Value.
Yay, my maximum Eve has increased because of the big sisters. There we go. Awesome. Cool. Now I just need to figure out how the fuck do I get into that,
Subject Delta. I have known for years of Stanley's betrayal here, and had forgiven him. But in compromising Eleanor now, he seals his fate. You see, it was Stanley who turned you into Ryan. He is responsible for what you have become. The security booth is open.
Oh, I see.
Open now.
Is she really expecting me to kill him?
Sweet Jesus. Lamb, no? And she just let me hang myself out the... Oh, God. No. Come on, pal. The train's ready. Just let me live.
Yeah, probably going to. Like, I'm gonna be real. You're just gonna have this fun little moment of just realizing that you could have been killed at any moment. Just give me a minute. I need to go back to a door. I need to head back to a door, sorry. And... because that door had an upgrade station, and I would very much like to open that upgrade station. Thank you very much.
Mother's not lying this time, Father. He really did it. To both of us.
What the? How did I... Hang on. Jasher's Gallery, Theater, Ocean Thingy-Madiggy, the park. How did I... There we go. So yeah, because there was an upgrade station somewhere. All the item is out of the way. Like... Alright, so I've done the rewards for everything but security and the brute splicers. If I get the brute splicers out of the way, then I get the armor tonic. How in the world... Give me a second. I'm going to go back to... It must have been another means of getting in there. Because there was a second one. There was one when we were like getting out from the ocean floor and shit. Okay, she's just floating. I thought she was swimming for a minute there. So yeah, because there was another one. Not this one. I'll find it. Because I feel it's very important. Alright, so there's our Atlantic Express.
So, Lamb broke out, and she's coming back. Wow. Okay, didn't see that coming, but okay. Oh, that is gonna be... Oh, what am I gonna do? And I've heard a lot of these people down here talking. Some of them I know saw the thing with Eleanor, and who knows what. You can't just stop, a whole cult from talking, can you? Well, maybe you can. Yeah. Maybe you can.
Oh, it's from Cohen's collection. Oh, okay. I know exactly... Alright, give me a mo, give me a mo, give me a mo. I know exactly how I can get there. It's a little more straightforward than I thought. Give me a mo. And I am most likely going to... I am most likely going to need to look up the code if I don't come across the thingy-madiggy via my backtracking. So... So yeah, because I need to go through here, and then I'll end up... So I'll go back through the collections, take a ride, and then I'm down through those, like, double thingamadigs. So... Through... Here...
Huh? Gonna keep
There we go.
I've never used the belt.
Yeah, alright, so Conan's creation through there. Yeah, it's back in through there.
The bank sent you, didn't they?
The bank sent me. There is no bank. Bank's destroyed. Well, I wouldn't put it past it that the bank was most likely Andrew Ryan down here. I wouldn't put it past him, to be honest. Lamb's idea of art.
Dionysus Park. Lamb mocks me in the naming of this place. She knows precisely how I feel about this celebration of unconscious art. The artist reflects the world as it ought to be, not as it is damned to be by some spasm of the lower mind. I shall not censor. The park is Lamb's property. However, if the case we are building against her proves true, I will return with a sledgehammer.
Cool. Alright, so there's the door. Short to Dionysus Park code. Yep. Alright.
I'm told that Lamb has been seen in the streets. One of the Alpha series was killed in the incident, and his bonded sister stolen. But the Council has no time for a manhunt. Atlas swells the ranks of his marauders by the day. Regardless, Lamb's name has already faded among the people. She is no more than a ghost who has forgotten to die.
Alright, awesome. I am going to go with the shotgun clip size, because quite honestly, I do like having additional clip size. Alright. How would I have found that code, is the question, because I didn't... Because that audio diary could not have been, like, super far away. F11, real quickly. There we go. Now I can start my, like, run back to the, Whatsamahoozy, to the train. Because I have no need to be here any longer. God, it is so silly seeing this shotgun. Effective, though. It is quite effective. I like it.
By them, and yet they can tell I'm their better. They know it. I know it.
Awesome. 6 barrels is good because it doesn't like force me to reload, and half the time it's like I need like a third shot with the shotgun, so it helps immensely. All right, grab that money. Start hopping. Here we go. Start the train. Here we are. Onwards. Thank you. I can close this. Oh shit, did it just crash? No, it didn't. Thank goodness. It's just because I alt-tab to try and finish some, like, Twitch notification thingamadiggies, it decides to just minimize like that.
This is it, Chief. End of the line. If I'm right, Eleanor's mama's using Adam to force all Rapture's minds and memories into the poor girl. Lamb reckons it'll make that child a saint. Now, Eleanor's in a deep, dark place beneath Fontaine headquarters, and to keep you alive, we need to sneak in and find her.
Seized by Ryan Industries.
This facility belongs to the city now, to Ryan Industries, at least until the rioting subsides. While it is unfortunate that such measures had to be taken, I must admit, it is gratifying to see this building condemned. Fontaine is gone, Lamb is gone, or close enough. I am alone at last, alone with my city.
Yeah, and you died in your city by one of the many people that have been created because of how you treat your city. Damage research. You are a master of research. Get the most out of unlocked damage bonuses with the damage research. Hell yeah. All right. Sports boost. Let's get rid of the boost aspect. I don't need to like run faster unless I have to do like heavy backtracking. So
October 9th, 1967. Hello.
Hello.
My name is Gilbert Alexander. And by the time you hear this, I will be clinically insane. I am recording these diaries in advance as a last-ditch effort to assist anyone I might threaten in dealing with me.
What?
My next message awaits you beyond the security checkpoint. The bioscan will ensure that you're sane enough to need it.
okay. So
Gil Alexander. As I recall, he was involved in Big Daddy development from the beginning. Likely had something to do with you and Eleanor, son.
there we go. Then pick that up. Alrighty. Cycle the airlock. Let's see who this Gil Alexander is like. Is he insane? Or are they just saying he's insane because he's a threat to the power system that Andrew Ryan is oh so affectionately attached to? Yeah. Oh, jump. Hey, look, a weird sludge. Thank you. That's cool. I wish the slugs gave you a lot more, but I guess 10 is like about as good as you can get. Alrighty, activate the airlock. Ugh. Ugh. Excuse me, nose. You're fired! Okay, clearly, either he was fired or he's actually insane and was firing everyone. Thank you for the cigarette smoke. Nothing on the corpse. Man. They gave him no employee exit bonus. Alex the Great? Get some more drill fuel. And... sure. Okay. There we go. There we go.
I've wits on my side.
There we go.
Alex the Great? Oh, hell, that has to be Gil Alexander, same man who left that message we're following. He sounds mad as a March hare now.
I wonder if that was because of himself. Although, it is Rapture. He probably, you know, just the environment that he was in was enough to fuck him over.
Initiating bioscan.
Please don't kill me.
Identifying clearance level.
Where's the light?
Identified. Clinical trial subject.
Oh, there it is.
Classification. Protector. Designation. Delta. Status.
Oh.
Deceased.
Hang on.
Updating status. Please stand by.
Yeah, I was about to say. I'm not dead. I'm very much alive.
What's this? My secretary vouchers for you? Oh, Delta, eh? You're one of our old protectors, yes? You're a fine product, Delta. Yes, fine product. Built to last. Say, don't look now, but I believe one of your old colleagues wants to welcome you back to the office.
Let's have a look. What? Oh. It's one of the Alpha series. Okay. Alpha series. Increased damage. They're vulnerable to armor piercing. Good to know. There we go. Alright, pick up all this shit. Alright, so I now have to deal with the Alphas, who seem to be a little bit insane as well.
Hello again. I have been exposed to a massive dose of Substance Adam. By the time you hear this, I will have armed this facility's defenses en masse. You, my friend, must therefore penetrate them and kill me. Please believe that if I could have done it myself... and on that cheery note, you may use the diary lying near this screen to bypass the vocal print locks ahead and enter the security office. The password is Agnes Day.
Agnes Day. Wonder what that's supposed to mean.
Please see password to enter.
Sorry you can't stay up? No, that's okay.
Please see password to enter.
This facility belongs to the city now, to Ryan Industries. At least until the
Oh, there it is.
Agnes Day.
Please see password to enter.
This facility belongs to the city now, to Ryan Industries.
I kept pressing the L to, like, you know, replay the last thing, but I guess that's not how it works.
I heard that. My likeness is company property, Delta, just like you are. Don't make me strip you for parts, Millardo!
Man. The fucking audacity of this company owning a person's likeness.
Please see password to enter.
I warned you. When you're down in the mouth and life's a pain, weatherman says heavy rain. A little force is all you need. Average
Alrighty.
Please speak clearly. Automatic deactivation for 60 seconds.
Oh, he's jamming the voice print lock with that awful crooning. See if you can find some way to sabotage his control of building security.
Delta, you're dawdling. The security office is well above your pay grade. If you're so keen to help, the restrooms need a good scrub. Here's a clerk or two to help you along.
I'm money, you goddamn.
Alright, adopt this person. You have a good night, Fluffy Shadow. Thank you for coming along.
Sleepy time is near. It's this way.
Oh, I see. I can use her together. So there's the...
Let's get it.
Alright, there's the first piece of Adam to get.
What sort of sleeping angels? Oh dear,
Drop that poor little girl. She's helpless.
No, I don't think I will. Yeah, that's the Houdini out of the way. Natural camouflage. Need some peace and quiet? Splice in natural camouflage. Stop moving and just fade away. Remember, not seeing is believing. Awesome. Alright, electric flash. Yes! Increased ammo carry capacity. That is actually going to be very useful. More ammo to hold.
Buffoon. This is
Yay!
There we go. Alright, let's pick you up.
Are we gonna be together again, Daddy?
Yes. We're together again.
How about a scary squirrel, little fire? Adam, Daddy, over there.
Hang on. Where are you taking me? Oh, cool, not that far. Excellent.
This one has Adam.
Awesome! Collect it up, please.
Inside, Adam inside.
Congratulations! You've won a battle of wits with a home appliance!
I guess he doesn't like the fact that I can do that.
Child, you monster! A simple tete-a-tete to share our... Take it all.
Don't let him get me, Daddy!
There we go. There we go.
It will be all right.
Daddy's mad.
There we go. Stay away from her, please. She's busy doing her job. Yes, increased damage. There we go. Grab the launcher. Fill you up. Grab all yous and you. Grab everything that isn't stuck to the floor.
Daddy!
Including you. Come with me.
Save me from monsters.
That's right, baby girl. Alrighty. Rescued. Here you go. Another little sister out of the way. Okay, there's 3 little sisters to be concerned about.
Don't you dare touch that signal relay, Delta. Its value is 10 times your own.
I doubt that.
I'm very disappointed in you, Delta. Destruction of a Fontaine asset is punishable by summary dismissal. Shall I simplify that for you? Fired! 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 When you're down in the mouth and life's a pain, the weatherman says heavy rain.
Access denied. Deactivation for 60 seconds.
There we go. Increased damage on the security system as well. Where's the next one?
Prison, it seems, was a blessing. Ryan is now dead by his own son's hand. But far more interesting is the program of compulsion bred into his child, coded WYK. It was some manner of verbal trigger phrase, which the boy would obey as an order, unerringly. In a way, this sad thing, this half-man, had escaped the self. Highly intelligent, but devoid of so-called free will, with all its convenient blind spots.
We got our free will back.
To uphold the common good. What if he were a volunteer?
Volunteers don't need to give up free will.
Tinkering, you rank amateur. How long before you botch the job?
Oh, I've botched it like plenty of times, I'm gonna be real with you, so... Okay, first things first. Maybe because now that I'm fired, it's not gonna be an issue. Alright, health, Eve. Plasmid slot, there we go. Gene tonic. There we go. And another gene tonic. Ooh, Electrobolt 3, Incinerate 3, or Blast 3. Freeze and shatter multiple enemies with continuous icicle assault. Set the world on fire with a new eruption ability. Become a master of electricity with the power of electrical storm. Let's go with the electrical thing. Press and hold the right to charge to release a continuous electrical storm. Awesome. Oh, that looks cool. The amount of, like, power surging. To the Plasmid Shogun. Oof, that was a close one.
I designed that device, Delta. You fumble at it like an amorous baboon.
Still. Incinerate demonstration prompt. Cool.
That's all your type is good for, you trash!
There we go. Cool, they have the demonstration things here. Oh! I don't remember getting this code, but sure. 5254. Alright, where does this lead me? Oh, that's how I got the code. Interesting. I was not paying attention to the code that was on the wall. Take your time. Careful, hectic machines will all move more slowly, giving you plenty of time. Sure.
Our hope was to bond a little sister to a single protector, so she had to be expendable in case of error. As we were fabricating a father bond, we couldn't really afford to have the girl's parents asking around. So, Fontaine's orphanages provided, and the procedure was an unprecedented success. If I had only known who the child was, Eleanor, I'm so sorry.
Telekinesis. Okay, cool. Cool.
Adam Delta. One little jab in the arm, and even a hopeless underperformer can be Employee of the Month. Or you should know. Look around. Is any of this familiar?
No.
The consumer is indebted to you, my boy. We ironed kink after kink out of our domestic plasmid line on you right here. Well, let's see if you're staying competitive. Step on up and take the spotlight. Ladies and gentlemen, Fontaine Futuristics invites you to shed your skepticism, evolve your expectations, and dissolve your doubt as we unveil the revolutionary power of our home defense plasmid series.
Huh.
May I have a volunteer from the audience?
They're all dead. I don't think you're gonna get a volunteer.
Come now, don't be shy.
Oh.
How about you, sir? No, he's positively rigid. Yuma, at the back. Oh, come on down. Let's give it a hand, folks.
Oh, she's alive.
Only a single volunteer? Oh, come now, gentlemen. She'll be awfully nervous up here all alone.
Yeah, I've already maxed out the Houdini.
All of you.
There we go.
A round of applause, please, for Subject Delta and the power of plasmids.
Woo! Yay me.
Oh dear, Subject Delta. It looks like you've upstaged a fellow demonstrator, and he's here to steal the show. What will Delta do now, folks?
Fight for my life, obviously. Now, get him through there, so then that way I can scan him.
Still a winner, Delta. The tour was never the same without you, and to think you were so spliced you couldn't stand when we stuffed you into that getup. The Fontaine family retirement plan suits you to a T, my boy.
Alright, so that's 2. I need to find 2 more, it looks like. Just need to figure out where I'd go for the others. Awesome, you're all out of the way. That's mine. Fred. Oh, Fred probably ain't doing too hot. Yay! Elemental Storm! Why stick with a boring routine when discouraging pesky foes? Use this tonic for a scorching, shocking, or chilling surprise. A random burst of fire, ice, or electricity when struck by melee, damaging all around you. Ooh. Okay. Let's get rid of the speed boost then. Awesome. Why is there just nothing but whore, liar? Whores and liars, okay then. And that's the Fontaine family, okay. Alright, relay number 3, gone. Oh, fired! It's not Fred, it's fired. God damn, I was having a hard time spelling that, wasn't I? Alright, I can't... Is that it here? There's nothing else? Nope, nothing else. We just had to see the Fontaine family portrait. And, you know, the men being called a liar and the women being called whores. How rude.
Each new tyrant ventured here in search of conquest, Delta. Fontaine, Ryan, and now you. But every aspiring Caesar must learn to fear the knives of his fellows. Ask yourself, what does Sinclair stand to gain?
Oh, no. Alright, that's another crash. And I was just thinking I should have, like, saved and such like that, which is unfortunate. I think that's also, like, a lot of the progress out of the way in that area. Because I know I did an autosave for, like, you know, when I did the little sister, but I didn't do any I didn't do any, like, saves afterwards. That's a little annoying. Yeah. Darn. I know, Engrel. I know. But this is why I'm trying to... that's why, like, one of the, like, you know, spotlighted things I'm trying to save up for on my throne is a new CPU that has like a lot more cores. So then that way, because right now I'm like 6 cores, 12 threads is not enough for my PC. Like what I'm doing right now already hits it to like 90 to 100. So, but yeah, hang on a second. Exclamation point throne. That way people can see a link and they know what I'm talking about. And for whatever reason, it decided to do it twice. Weird. Anywhoosies, excuse me. We need to go and have a look at who we can go and raid. Let's see. Sea Dog VA. Ooh! Mega is still doing art, it looks like. Let's see. Are they still doing art? Are they still doing art? Yep, they're still doing art. Awesome. Alrighty then. Grant Z3 gun. Guys. Oh wait, hang on a sec. I got it like a thingy-majiggy to do that. Hang on. But yeah, I will present the rate. Oh, it's not working because once again, I don't use hold up anymore. I use something else entirely. Gun. Grand Z3 gun. Grand Z3 gun. There we go. There's the raid message. All right. If you don't have the emotes, that's okay. If you don't have the emotes, that's okay. You can use whatever other emotes you want. But I will pick up on streaming Wednesday night. I'm gonna be going through more Kingdom Hearts, try and get up to 3 and such. I very much want to do a little bit of a drinking thing with Kingdom Hearts 3. So I'm gonna definitely need to like chat to some of the members in my Discord of like, all right, what are some key phrases or things I need to keep an eye on where I'm gonna be like, all right, take a drink and such. But that's gonna be figured out, later on. For now, I just want to say thank you everyone who came along to tonight's stream. I greatly appreciate it. And we'll go and raid into Mega, and I'll see you all next time. Bye for now.